Welcome from Beijing Capital Airport. So today's the day we are heading off back to Germany while Miriam is taking care of our baby. Outside is the airplane already prepared, and I'd like to use this video to make a quick summary of our trip. It's almost been a month in China, headed there for the Beijing Auto Show, and after that visited Beijing, Shanghai, and then Hangzhou, and now back to Beijing. Spent a couple more days everywhere in these different places, met founders, met companies, did test drives and so on. As I said during the Beijing Auto Show, my biggest takeaway was that NIO is still standing out in terms of the product and what the company is trying to build with the ecosystem and so on. So despite all of the competition, I think NIO is on the right track, and we actually get confirmation these weeks with the delivery numbers showing the right trajectory and trend. So not looking at the weeklies too much, but the overall trend is actually quite bullish. And I said yesterday on X on Twitter, like, if this continues like that, we won't need Envo. And you also heard me saying that I'm not too bullish on the prospects of Envo right now. I'm not saying that this is the wrong step to take and that Envo isn't a great project and might be very interesting to watch. So today will be the Envo launch. Unfortunately, I won't be there, but I'll definitely give you my take and analysis on everything that's about to happen. And by the way, I'm also definitely going to be back, or we are going to be back in China very soon. So we'll catch up and get my hands on the car and also do more test drives on, for example, also the NOP Plus, the City Pilot and so on. I've got some videos that are already done, but I need to edit them and upload. So there will be more content coming about some of my visits, some of the interviews. Just here in Beijing, met another founder, and going to do a lot of it also on my next trip, including Envo possibly. And for Envo, we see a couple of leaks the other days, like the designs are looking great and so on. However, as I said, I think what will be important for Envo is price and practicality. I really like that they're now doing stuff on working on the efficiency, the energy efficiency and things like that. So it's all going into the right direction, fixing errors like flattening the batteries and so on. It's going to be exciting, but in my opinion, more about the partnerships, for which Envo is kind of the first project of showing off what battery swapping can do in a mass markets. And I think with the NIO sales numbers that we currently have, we don't depend on the success of Envo itself. I hope it will be. The way I'm thinking about it is that this is a kind of a call option where we currently just, we just don't actually own the shares yet. But once we're in the money, once they print, it might be a very nice boost in the long run. I'm not having, in the short run, very high expectations. So I'm not buying into that. Some of the announcements by, for example, Li Bin saying, we're gonna get the same pre-orders like Xiaomi. Sorry, you're in a different position than Xiaomi. You're a smaller brand. Envo is an entirely new brand as well. I'm not sure if you can compete with that. And yeah, I know you want to compete with the Model Y, but maybe first, let's see what you got in store, right? And it's not naturally, even though it's battery swappable and so on, that people will know about this car and will like it. I do think the value proposition will be well thought out, but the devil is in the detail, right? So definitely gonna watch that one. On China and the economy, I'm now in this terminal, which I flew back last year as well. And I can tell you, last year this was deserted. Now here you can't see much, but because it's already at the gate. But it's very lively. China is bouncing back, in my opinion, but it's bouncing back in a different way. So we see changes in consumption. I think there are new trends, more towards sustainability, nature, and things like that. Like good experiences overall. Something where people are willing to pay for despite some downgrades in consumptions, but people have high savings and so on. And we'll see. Today we got some news that there's possibly some government coming in and buying some of the properties. I have to take care of my kid now because Miriam just left. No worries. And yeah, so I do think we will see China bouncing back, and it's in the first preliminary numbers as well. But I will see how everything will unfold. Gonna definitely cover it here on the channel and bring you more interviews like with Sean Rain, sorry for mispronouncing the last name always. And I've got a couple more people coming up here as well. Then on my next trip, I think it will be more about visiting new places and also more about content creation. This trip was partially also for project work and business, so that's when I usually don't have much of the time to do, daily regular content. But the next trip might be that. So stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe. That was a quick summary. I'm not sure if I caught everything. More content to come, even from this trip. But then, of course, obviously, once back in Germany, different type of content. Maybe a little bit more on the analytical part, less so on the vlogging style, like here. I hope you enjoyed that. And then thanks for your support. If you want to support this channel, you can become a YouTube member, not Patreon currently, right? But maybe opening up the Patreon in the future again. That's it. Gonna fly soon. Thanks for watching and see you in the next videos.